I thought I would just do a quick introduction on a video I'm doing. It's going to be on how to make kale chips, a real healthy, nutritious snack that tastes great, gives you that salty flavor, gives you that crunch for a snack instead of eating something like chips or something that's not as healthy, but it still gives you that satisfaction. And then I thought, added on to this one, I could do one on making homemade bagels. Hopefully you guys out there like bagels and you like to make some at home and make it very inexpensive type of way, whatever, flavors you like, and thought you'd enjoy that video. So a couple of cooking videos coming up here, and I hope you enjoy them. I'll see you soon. So hey guys, I decided I'm going to start this with the bagels. So I already got something going here. So I have my glass bowl here. You can use any kind of bowl you want to use. But what I got started was a 1 1/4 cup of warm water. Make sure it's not too hot because you can end up killing the yeast and it won't activate. So just, at a good warm temperature. And on top of that, what you're going to do is just grab some active dry yeast. You're going to do a tablespoon of yeast and you're going to just drizzle that right over your water. And then on top of that, you're going to add 3 tablespoons of sugar. You're going to just drizzle the sugar right over. You'll see the yeast will end up just falling to the bottom after you add the sugar. And you can already see it's kind of starting to activate on the top there. So once it settles to the bottom, and then the yeast rises up to the top. So that's what you're going to start to do, and you're going to wait for the yeast to activate, and we'll be back with more. Okay, so now my yeast has risen. As you can see, it's frothy, it's risen to the top, and all we're going to do from here is add a teaspoon of salt. And I also like to do my seasonings to go into the bagel batter at this point so that it has all the flavoring throughout the bagel. And then towards the end, you'll see I also put the seasoning on top of the bagel. So there goes the salt, and then what we're going to add to that is 4 1/2 cups of flour. Just 1 cup. 2, 4, 4 1/2. So there goes your flour. You got your flour in there now. So then like I just said, I like to add my seasoning. So I like to use a garlic powder. This is just the Fitz Seasonings garlic powder here. I use garlic powder in everything. Everything I cook, I use garlic powder. So about a teaspoon of this. Same as the salt. There's that. And then what I like to put in it is Italian seasoning. It's just has thyme and oregano. So a teaspoon of that. And I also like to put pepper in mine. Just black ground pepper. And I just do a 1/2 teaspoon of that. You don't need a lot of that. There's that. And then you're going to mix this up. I like to start in the middle, and then kind of like build that well in the middle, and then just kind of incorporate all of your ingredients into the batter. So what you're going to do, you're going to keep stirring this until it's all incorporated, and then you're going to end up kneading the dough just till it doesn't separate. So finish incorporating all of your ingredients in here. Make sure to get everything. So I like to punch it down, and then I'm going to incorporate all of the dough to form a ball. At this point, if you feel like anything isn't incorporating well, you can certainly add some water. What I usually like to add to this is about, if it's not, completely forming that ball, just put in about a 1/4 cup of water, just some warm water, and then it'll get it all nicely incorporated. And then once it starts forming that ball, that's when I usually add it to my counter surface. This is going to form a real nice ball. But it's work, Unless you have a blender, I do everything by hand, but of course you can use your blenders at home. If you have the dough attachments, use that. This is picking up real nice. I'm going to add this to my surface. I'm going to take the ball right out, put it on my surface here. And I'm going to start kneading. You're going to put your body right into it. Knead with your palms. The last time we made these, they came out absolutely wonderful. You got that nice crispiness on the outside and soft and doughy on the inside, melted butter. My kids love the bagels. My husband loves the bagels. You'll feel it coming together. You're not going to really even have to really pull it apart. See, that really takes a while to come apart. So that's about the consistency you want. I'm going to knead it just a little bit longer. A little ball. Looks good, has all the seasoning mixed in. Okay, so now that you formed your ball, it's just going to look like this. It should be nice and smooth. What you're going to do is add some EVOO or any kind of olive oil to the bottom of your bowl. So you're just going to take a bowl, the one you just worked your dough out of, or grab another one. Just drizzle a little bit in there. You're just going to let the dough rise inside this bowl. Or spread the oil throughout the whole bowl. You're going to drop your ball right inside. You're going to cover it up. And you're going to let it rise for 2 hours. Our dough has risen. As you can see here, it has gotten pretty, I kind of patted it down so it's a little bit way down. But here it is here, and it's a lot, like tripled in size. And we're going to remove it from the bowl. Now you're going to break this up into 6 pieces, and you're going to make your bagels out of it. So kind of just, what I like to do is just kind of roll it into, hopefully you guys can see this, but you're just going to kind of have it in a log form. So just form it into a log, like that. Let me get a knife out of here. So you'll just do 6 pieces of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You don't have to be perfect. You just want to get about 6 bagels out of this recipe. Then what you're going to do, you're just going to kind of roll it out with your individual piece, and you're going to form it into a bagel. And you're just going to kind of wrap it. Hopefully you guys can see this. You're just going to kind of wrap it like this and just crimp the ends, so that they stay together. Now, last time I made these, I had a little problem with them staying together at the ends, so just kind of really mold it at the ends to kind of get a good closure, because mine opened up on a couple of them. So just crimp those edges the best you can, and just form your bagel. And by the way, what you're going to want to do is boil a thing of water, which I have on the stove. Just take one of your big pots that you put pasta in, fill it up about halfway with water, put it on your stove, and start boiling water, because the first thing you're going to do is boil your bagels before you bake them. So we're going to continue on to our second one, and so on. Till you get all 6 bagels rolled into rings. Okay, so we're back again, and just finished doing all the bagels, and we're waiting on our boiling water to come to a rapid boil. You definitely want the bubbles going. You don't want to simmer. You want it boiling really well. So here's the bagels here. You're going to get about 6 of them. Just place them on the pan after you're done putting them together. You could do 2 bagels at a time in your big pot. Take one of these spoons that can drain the water out of them. Place your bagel on your spoon and you're just going to place it into the water real slowly, making sure not to burn yourself. Once you put this into the boiling water, you're just going to do boil them 1 minute on each side and then remove them to another cooking pan. So there's our 2 bagels in here. Again, we're going to let them cook for 1 minute on each side. I'm going to do all 6 of them and transfer them to a baking pan. In the meantime, turn on your oven and preheat it to 475 to bake your bagels in. Okay, so the last bagels are coming out of the boiling pot now. So we got those onto a pan. And I'm going to get this out of the way here. So now your oven should be preheated to 475. And now the last thing you're going to do is season your bagels before you actually put them in the oven. So these are then boiled here. What I like to do is put some pepper, salt, and some garlic powder on mine. Do whatever you'd like. You can do the garlic powder, garlic salt, onion salt, poppy seeds, sesame seeds. When you're actually making the dough, the batter to the bagels, you can even put blueberries in there. You could do a strawberry, whatever you'd like to do. That's the fun thing about doing stuff at home and baking on your own. You can add whatever flavors you want to it. So I'm just going to sprinkle my garlic powder on top. So this is the last thing you're going to do before putting them in the oven. I'm going to do some salt on mine and a little pepper on top. Now you're going to finish seasoning your bagels. You'll put them in the preheated 475-degree oven for 15 to 20 minutes. I do mine about 15 minutes. It seems to go pretty quick here, depending on your altitude and where you live. So start off at 15 minutes, check them from there, make sure they're just golden brown, and then you take them right out of the oven. Set my timer. There we go, we'll wait for our bagels. Okay, the timer just went off and it was just about 15 minutes for my bagels, so definitely keep an eye at the 15-minute mark to keep checking on your bagels, make sure they don't burn. Nice and golden brown, and they smell amazing. I'm going to give you guys a look there. I have other stuff boiling here for dinner. But I really hope you guys enjoy these bagels. I really enjoy sharing my recipes if you like to see them. So next up is going to be my kale chips, so stay tuned for those, and I really hope you enjoy. Take care. Hey guys, if you have any questions on the bagels, any comments or questions about them, feel free to leave a message below and I'll be sure to get back to you.